Oh, can you? Yeah. Oh, hi, friends. So, welcome to Work It Wednesday. We are talking a little bit about last year, and then we are going to talk about the next month. I think Renee is going to kick us off with new tabs. New
There's no
tab.
news tab.
Perfect. I knew
So
that was
let,
coming.
let's just say check the news tab tomorrow because something should be in it.
Mhm.
I hope something's in it.
Shameless plug too. Don't forget to sign up for World Tour.
Nope,
It
it's
is,
over.
That was
oh,
yesterday.
Yesterday was the last day.
Yeah,
But
yesterday was the last day, I believe.
still attend via other people.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need the Zoom link, message one of us and we will make sure you get in because I think it's important that we all go.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have no news to share, and I think we are going to kick it off to Tiffany to share a little story with us. You can give a little preference too if you want, instead of just going straight into the story.
Okay. Well, I thought we were sharing the branding thing.
Oh yeah, do that first. That's fine.
Yes, yes. Just making sure. Oh, I wish I would have changed it into a flippable. It's We'll be okay. I should have done that. I didn't think about it in time. Sorry, guys. Would have been a magical moment for all of us. Okay, so Scentsy released this today and they asked all leaders to share this with their teams. So here's the first page of our new consultant mini style guide. Notice anything? Anything at all that looks about right in this area here? Okay, because that's a little sneaky
The tic-tac-toe board. I love tic-tac-toe.
Mickey. Honestly, that's the most elegant tic tac.
It's really cute.
I literally love it. Okay, so we've got that, but the really cool thing about this guide, as soon as I figure out how to scroll down, because you're in the way. Scoot over. Dang it. Maybe if I pushed it. No, that didn't help. Okay, anyway, here we go. I got it. So here's the first page. There's Heidi and Orville right here. You can see them being all cute and stuff. And then I don't know who these people are, but happy to know them. Good to be here. So it says our voice, since he sounds like your most trusted in the know friend who's up on the latest trends but would never talk down to you. Thanks for that. We're warm but not gushy, or gushy, however you say that. Confident but never pushy. Our words are clear, current, and clever without trying too hard. We're conversational but skip the fluff and get the good parts. Using language that drives action, sparks curiosity, and leaves a lasting impression. We want to invite people into a lifestyle, not just a purchase, which was magical. I teared up a bit, I'm not gonna lie to you. But look at this, guys. It is all of our branding here. And what I love that they've done is they've shared all the different elements. And if you look down here at the bottom, you can see that our logos are typically in one of two colorways here. But I've seen it in white as well, so you could also use that. Love that. And then we have our basic brand color palette with all of the color codes. Look right down here. Color codes. My personal favorite is the first option of color codes. Okay, right here. Yeah, love it. Universal, love it. And then we have our fonts. I think this is really great because never has this been as accessible, which is great for like helping your content that you want to create becoming seamless with Sensi's, which I love. So like the things that Scensy's sharing, it's going to be easier for you to share them amongst your social media and it not look out of place because we have access to all this, which is great. And then here's our categories, our product decor lines. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm really in all of these areas, honestly. But I do love that we have a visual of that. So super helpful, I think. Very helpful in sharing things with your customers to help them identify what their decor styles are. And then if you can find out what their decor styles are, then it makes those suggestions that we have or like those updates that we have more customized, more personal, personal to each of the customers, which I love. And then we're going to have a little story now because I know that a lot of us, I feel like this is a lot of change in a short period of time. I've never been more excited about all of the changes that Scentsy undergoing, but I know that this could probably feel different for all sorts of different types of people. Like I've had a very long journey. Did you want me to share personal first and then story, or story and then personal?
Either's fine.
Okay.
However, whatever the flow is that you enjoy.
Okay, so Dylan asked me earlier like why I've stayed with Scentsy, like to think about that. And so all of us have different reasons, okay? And mine's not leadership, guys. Like I'm used to being, let's be honest, center of attention. Okay. I'm used to drawing attention to myself. Okay. And I love making people feel good. I love that about myself. I love that that's the mark I leave on people. But Scentsy, why I've stayed with Scentsy has nothing to do with leadership, and it has all to do with what I believe in. And so I'm an all or nothing kind of person. And I'm either like obsessed in it, like crazed fan style side, okay? Or we don't even care. We're oblivious that it exists. And with Scentsy, it's always been that obsessed, crazed in it. But more than that, I believe in what Scentsy stands for. I believe in our message. I believe that Heidi and Orville are exactly who they portray themselves to be. I believe in what we do for people. I believe in our products. I've always been passionate about our products. And after all this time, which is a long time, like I don't even know how many years I'm in now because, oh, eight. I'm going on my eighth year with Scentsy. And I still get those little like butterflies in my stomach at every end of the month live. Every time we're getting ready to watch one, I'm so excited. I've never lost interest in any of that. I'm so excited for what Scentsy has to offer all of us, like what's yet to come and all the possibilities that Scentsy brings. So like that's why I stay with Scentsy. But I mean, everybody could have their own reason. So like regardless of what Scentsy ever did become, I'd still be here because I stand behind that message. So, I'm going to read the story to you. It's called The Years You Didn't See Coming. When you joined Scentsy, you probably thought you were signing up to sell something, wax, warmers, fragrance. But years later, when you look back, you don't count your time in catalogs or seasons. You count it in moments. The message you sent when someone needed encouragement, the confidence you gained, when you did something that scared you, the extra income that helped in a tight moment, the friendships that didn't exist yet, but now feel permanent. I'm smiling because I wouldn't have my best friends if it wasn't for Scentsy. Some years were loud and exciting, some were quiet and steady, some felt like growth, and some felt like survival. But every single one of them mattered, even the years you thought you didn't do enough. Even the months you stepped back, even the seasons where you showed up was the win. Because impact isn't always visible in the moment. Sometimes it shows up later in who you became, in who you helped, and in the version of yourself that exists now because you said yes then. Tonight isn't about how far you've gone. It's about honoring the fact that you started and that your story is still being written.
Okay, speak. That's a beautiful story. So now I'm going to put you all on spot since there's only six of us here. If you don't feel comfortable talking out loud, you don't have to. But I just want to hear from you all. I want to hear something that happened last year that inspired you, or like your Scentsy story, why you're still here, and kind of just like get this vibe of like feeling off of each other and just feel like good again about like our business and what we've done and the things that we've created. So Tiffany shared her story a little bit. I will share my story, so that way it gives you time to think about it, but we're going to be calling on you. So be ready. Be ready to share your Cincy story. And it doesn't have to be like this big grand thing. It doesn't have to be a full story. It can just be one small thing that's really impacted you. If you've been able to pay for like your children's like band, or you've been able to travel for the first time for SFR, you've met friends, like all of those are perfect examples. And we kind of just want to like take this moment to enjoy that together and to share those moments because I think sometimes we think of those things as so small and they're really big moments. They're really big things that make us stay with Cincy. So Tiffany, can you stop sharing your screen for a second?
Oh my gosh, I'm
You're
notorious.
you're fine. I'm just getting distracted by reading Cincy Warm over and over, and then during my story, I'm gonna say
I was literally
Cincy.
just sending the exact same thing because I'm like, I can only see people that are this big in the top
I
corner.
know. I was like, you're gonna say like, because then I start like when I'm telling a story, I start reading words, and then I try to like add them in for some reason,
Yeah.
and I can't handle it. But for my Cincy story, I feel like it's a little bit different because I've been with Cincy for a really long time, and I think the thing that I've learned the most is I love the leadership portion. I love being able to share my story with people and being able to inspire them and show them what's possible. And I think that stems from me not knowing what was possible at the beginning. So if you know my story, I've been with Scentsy for 12, 13 years now. And I would say for the first 10 years, I did not put any time or effort into it. Like I would put in an order here and there. I would do the bare minimum. I loved Scentsy. I loved the products. I wanted to be a consultant. I just could never afford, and I'm going to use that word now, I could never afford to be stay a consultant. So I was waiting, and during that time, you had to have 200 PRV every 3 months. And so every 3 months, I would pay 300 or $200 so that way I could stay a consultant because I wanted to be a part of this thing. And um, I just at that time I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford to do that. And so every few months I would get canceled and they would send me my thing saying, "Hey, like this is your last month. Like we're going to have to cancel you." And I would fight back. And it's funny because I can go back into my email and like see like me fighting for my life with home office. But like really they were doing something good. Like they were pushing me and motivating me to like you got to put in something every once in a while. Like you need to find customers. So I probably canceled like no joke 6, 7, 8, maybe more times. And every time I would come back and I would say, okay, it's been 6 months. They're gonna let me have my account back on the first, and I'm gonna make this change in my business, and it's gonna be so good, and I'm gonna do all these big things. And um, I just kept coming back to that place. Like every time I would come back, I would be back on the first. I would never find any customers. I wouldn't do anything with it. 3 months later, I would cancel again and on with the routine. So I did that for many, many years. And then one time, um, somebody from work was like, "Hey, I was stalking your Facebook and you used to sell Scentsy. Why don't you sell it anymore?" And I was like, "Hold on. Dee, 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 dee. I do." And so I signed right back up and I was like, "This is my moment. Like I have one customer. I'm gonna make this work." And so I really did. Like that was the change that I needed. That was somebody I knew somebody was out there that wanted Scentsy. And since then I've always felt that way. Like it's just been this business can really be whatever you want it to be. I've had years where I've gotten canceled over and over and over again because I didn't do any work. And then I have years where last year I sold over $20,000. And I think that really shows me that like the time and effort you put into this business will pay you for this business. And it's all about like what you want out of it. If you don't want anything out of it, you're not going to get anything out of it. And if you want something out of it and you work for that, then you're going to get something out of it. And so tying that back to the leadership thing, I think I love sharing that potential with people of saying, like, this business is whatever you want it to be. If you want to try it for 3 months and cancel, that's up to you. But like, it also has a possibility to be a lot more. And so I love sharing that with people. I love sharing my story because I want to inspire others. I want people to know, like, I've had those months where I wasn't able to hit 200. I've had months where I've never even had a customer before. And it's really like just the difference between me then and now is a huge because of the work that I put in, because of how I share my story now. Anybody ready to share? It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be deep.
Oh,
It can just be like your favorite thing. Just thinking on past few years of how many years you've been with Scentsy and just something that it's done for you, some way that it's blessed you in your life.
It has definitely given me more confidence. So there's
I
that. I've learned a lot from my friends that I've made. Um, but yeah, more confidence for sure in
yeah,
myself and my abilities.
I
A
love that.
lot of times I let my eyesight hold me back, and I'm learning to get over that. I mean, there's things I can't change that I can't overcome because of it. But if somebody sees me squinting at the phone to read something on a live, I'm over that because before I didn't want that.
Yeah,
Um, so there's that, and then of course the community and the products. I love the products a lot, but yeah, and the traveling that I've gotten to do with it. So yeah,
yeah. A lot of little golden nuggets, which I love.
yeah, pretty simple, but and what I can give back, you know. Um, right now I'm doing Adopt a Nurse. I stole from Tabitha's Adopt a Cop. Um, but I was going to take in Buddy's next treatment is on February 9th. So I was like, okay, if I've got leftover Valentine scent circles, I'm going to bag them up with some chocolate and take it into our nurses because these people are amazing. And I thought, let's make it bigger. So I put it out there and I've already had donations. I
Mm,
think we're up to 12 people or 12 nurses adopted for the people that have given me money. I've had other money pledged, but they don't have Venmo or Cash App, so they're going to get me the cash. But so,
it's amazing.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
obviously, we're still giving some too.
yeah,
So, yeah. So I'm starting with the oncology nurses, and then if we get enough, then I will just send them to other nurses and whatnot.
I love that.
Hmm.
I love that you took something that you're so, I mean, not that you want to be passionate about this, but something that you are passionate about now because of your lifestyle and been able to change that into something good and to give back to those who have been there for you
Yeah,
during the last year, 2 years. And I think
right.
that's
Yes,
beautiful.
it is because they're amazing.
On my screen, she's down here. So ding 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 ding. Ding.
I don't know where she is. Where is she? Oh, she's right there on mine.
Ding, ding.
Which are we talking about me? Because Holly's in
Yeah,
here too.
No, it's you.
it's you.
Um, okay, so Scentsy for me became way more than I thought Scentsy was even going to be. Um, I started because Abby all but made me, even though now I'm the one that makes Abby do things. Because I bought from her all the time, and then there was one of those deals where it was like 20 or $25 to join. And she's like, just do it. You already spend all your money on it anyway. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it just to shut her up, and I'm not gonna do anything with it. And then I don't know, I started showing up here for some reason, and then I had a call with Tabitha, and even on the phone call, she was like, "Well, have you ever thought about like sponsoring?" And I was like, "Oh no, absolutely not. No, thank you." Um, and then I don't know, it found me a sense of myself again because after becoming a mom and then I just became a stay-at-home mom instead of working every day, then all I was a mom anymore. So then it was weird. I felt like I had no personality anymore. It's so hard to explain. But so then when I got Scentsy, then it was like, oh well, there was something new that I liked and it was enjoying all over again. And then what I recently have more discovered was with like the snowball fight, and I decided to be one of the leaders of the groups in the snowball fight. And I was like, oh wow, like this is quite fun. Like I really enjoyed being more of a leader on that end, encouraging and helping people and just cheering people on was just a lot of fun.
Sometimes being crushed by another team is fun. So,
Well, listen, that part was less than fun, but I don't know, the whole thing in general made it suck less because I was enjoying what I was doing,
Yes.
even
Yeah.
though we got very, very, very squashed by the end. It's fine because I was enjoying myself, like, especially right in the beginning. Like, that was a lot of fun.
the first year that we did it, like it was chaotic.
It
But
was
Yes,
chaos.
last year because it was all just in the comments and
yeah,
it was
not the
insane.
first time, but last year. Yeah, last year
Yes.
when we did it, like I was so entertained but could not keep up with the comment
I
section.
loved it this year with
Yes.
the chats. It was way more personal and
Yeah,
we like talked to like more people like one on one and you like heard more about them. And I
yeah,
don't know, it was
Yes.
just really cool being able
I
to
love that.
encourage and chat with other people and help them in ways and I enjoyed that way more than I thought that I was ever going to.
I like when people take things seriously. Like, like a lot of the times, like virtual stuff can turn into like, well, I mean, even in-person stuff, let's be honest. Like, you always have those people that are like, I'm just here for the snacks. And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah. And so so I really loved like how like personal the chat was. Like people were talking about like their wins for the day, like new things that they tried and like how much the group meant to them, like just having like a small little tight group of people like talking about like what they were trying. Like Mary was up in our group like literally giving other people ideas of how they could do stuff outside, like how she's had success and stuff, and I just thought that was so magical. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Then there was camp that found me a whole new sense of self last year.
I'm so sad I missed that. Like it sound like the
It
when
was a
you talk
lot.
about it, when you talk about it, I'm like I really can feel that it changed you.
It was. It changed a lot. There was a whole lot of change that happened in my being last year, and it was a lot.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love
It
that
was
for
a
you.
hell of a roller coaster, that was for damn sure.
It for sure is. Tab, are you in a space that you can share with us? Are you pooping again?
She said she was going to get in her hot tub
I'm
because
in
she's a
my
loser and she has a
favorite
hot tub.
space.
Listen,
I know
I
you
need to
are.
be close enough friends with you, Tabitha, that I get invited to hot tub time.
I mean,
Look,
it's
Holly
almost
jumped off.
nightly. It's
Yeah,
almost nightly.
Kelly jumped.
So,
She's like, I'm not saying
so what
anything.
is the specific question? I know everybody's been sharing what Scentsy means to them and what it's given to them, but what's the specific question?
There's like a
Just
multitude. You could answer like why you still stay with Cincy, like what Cincy's changed with you. Like what was the other one? A win?
yeah, like a win from last year, or because I wanted to include those who joined just last year. So a win from last year, or like why you're choosing to stay, or what Scentsy means to you. Like just kind of recalling on what other people get from Scentsy as a whole.
So, my place would be, even if there was a time where I was thinking about quitting Scentsy, I would think about all that Scentsy has given me and who it's created me to be. And I owe it to Scentsy to stay because it's made me a better person. And even if I was ever doubtful that this wasn't my home, I owe it more than I could ever even put into words because I mean, I'm telling you, the person you guys see today, the leader you guys see today, is not who I used to be. And it's made me different in my everyday life, at work. It's just made me a better all human. Just the tools and stuff, like learning how much I love to lead, but also like sitting here listening to you guys. It's so rewarding also because like this call would have been canceled any other time in my life before we created this group or this community because I wouldn't have been able to get on here and give anything and it would have been canceled. But the fact that it's not canceled, and even if there's not a bunch of people on, like people are going to watch the recording. You never know who it's going to touch. And to me, it's more important to show up. And so to have the people in my life that continue something that very early on in my business I started with going, starting Zooms every single week, like that means a lot to me because I know I have people in my corner that back me up when I can't give everything. And it's powerful to have those type of relationships. And I think a lot of people go their life without actually having those people. And, even going through my mother-in-law's funeral, which I should probably be careful how I say this since it's going to be on YouTube, but you have a lot of people that she would have considered very close friends, like people that she would have rather spent time with than some of her own family that didn't even show up today or haven't offered anything to the family, condolences, food, whatever. And I know the type of caliber of friends that I have made in Scentsy are way greater than those type of caliber of friends. And this platform gives so much more than just business. It's like, where else can you go to be a better person, learn more skills, and you're going to get paid for it?
Mhm.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, why wouldn't you want this? So even though we might be in a point where leaders are leaving or we're in dips, like I will go down with this shit before I give up on it because of what it's given to me. Like since he deserves that. Heidi and Orville and Dan deserve that from us because they have helped so many people in so many different ways, and I will stay. I'm not going anywhere. Like I am going to, there just might be different levels, and I think everybody has to do that. Sometimes you're 100% and sometimes you're not.
Mhm.
But you have to surround yourself with people that on the days you're not 100%, they are willing to fill in for you. And you create that kind of community, you'll never have a void. And I think it's magical and beautiful, and I've never been more appreciative for it.
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna cry.
I know.
Right?
Okay.
And then I didn't even
Yeah.
send you. I mean, I gave lots of condolences, and I've been there through the whole
Yeah.
thing. But like, I didn't send a plant. I didn't send no wind chime.
Well, she's great
You
Thank
with
don't need
God.
to, though.
that.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
My poor friends would go broke if you guys had to send me stuff for every funeral I've had in the last couple of
I'm just
years.
saying it's been a lot. And I spoke at World Tour for you,
You
so
did. That was stepping in bigger than I could have ever asked. Like,
and I messed up in front of an entire room of people for you.
yep, you had a hella embarrassment. But I didn't ask you to record my world tour video. I did it last night on the eve of burying my mother-in-law because
Yeah,
I really just want to prove a point that, and I know I'm crazy, but
that's valid. Yeah.
you you make time for things that are important to you. And if we start putting Scentsy as an important part of our plate, no matter what mindset we're in, no matter what's going on in life, even if we can't give it our all, we're going to give it something. Our businesses deserve for us to be able to give it even a sliver of ourselves, because abandoning it and walking away and giving zero effort is the worst thing that we can do because of how much it's given us. And I believe that now more than ever. And so recording a video on the eve of burying my mother-in-law, I can do that. I can pull my stuff together and throw myself in my purple bubble for 30 minutes to record a 6-minute video because I know there's going to be consultants that need to hear what I'm going to say. And I hope it inspires them. And that's why I will justify making time for it.
Also, the video still has yet to load. So I think that you need to like resend them, but send it on in Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I already emailed it. So the
Oh,
proofing is gone. Like we raw dogged it.
we
They got it. It was due. Yeah, it was technically due today, but I was taking off my makeup and you didn't reply that you listened to it or you couldn't get it to load or whatever. I was like, it's
um,
sending. swalker@scentsy.com. Here I come.
here we go.
Done, not
So
perfect.
done not perfect. God told me it's even in my thing. Done not perfect. God told me that it was good, that it was going to inspire people, and it was important that I did it. So it's out there. So it'll be in World Tour. And
Yeah.
I tell you what, the day my mother-in-law dies, I get an email from Sarah that says, Dan, Heidi, and Orville want to hear from you. Please extend your video from 4 minutes to 6 minutes
Hmm.
on the day she died.
Aw.
And it was just like this powerful thing of even in the trenches, like the glimmer of hope. And that's what Scentsy has been for me. I built my business in the deepest, darkest of grief. Like I am dangerous when I'm grieving. That's when I work the hardest. So it's just been a lot too many hits at once. So I have stumbled a little bit this time around, but I will be back. I will be building a business bigger than ever. We will get back to where we're thriving. Everybody's sponsoring. Kristen got a new teammate yesterday, so I'm really excited about that.
Yay.
It's a reinstatement. She's been with us at least once before, but she's sold a lot in the past. So I'm hoping that, this is the time that she comes back or whatever. I'm hoping everybody can start sponsoring again because that's really what I'm missing from my Scentsy business. I'm missing that new blood, the new people, the new spark, the little breeze out there in the world, like that keep us going because they're excited. I just think we need to stop trying to train and learn and do the same things we've always done when we're in a different world right now. Like this isn't that's the old Scentsy. As far as I'm concerned, that chapter's closed and it's up to us to reinvent what the new chapter looks like. And I full-heartedly believe we have to stop idolizing these big leaders that are doing the most because every average consultant has something to share and everybody has to start sharing what they're working on and everybody needs to, lean in on what's being said rather than the individual that's saying it because this fixation we have on people is not healthy for a company as you can see because when they leave the followings leave with them and they weren't building on the right platform like they weren't building for the right purposes so I think we need to shift our mindsets of less focus on the person more focus on the content.
Yeah.
I realized that a lot at camp last year because when I went into it, like I was just an essential consultant when I went last year. So I literally went into it thinking that I didn't have anything that I could like teach any of these people because of where they were and how many people like they had under them or whatever rank that they were. But yet when I went in there and then I started talking and I did open my mouth and put in my input, then so many people were like, "Oh, I've never thought of that," or "Oh, I used to do that and it was really well. I don't know why I stopped." And then so it like brought it back up again. Or I completely taught Lacey how to make her labels that she didn't know how to do.
Which
And
has been an ongoing for years of her
Literally,
trying to master this oh, a big hill and mastered.
yes.
Yeah.
so that was definitely
That
something that
deserves a
I
standing
very
O,
much realized
Yeah.
was
I think
that
Yeah.
title does not determine your worth
Exactly.
Nope.
in any capacity.
Yep.
And I think about like if we are as a group, if we're sponsoring the correct way and we're getting so many people out here and bringing them into our page or bringing them onto this call, like we are going to have those repetitive things. Those people are new, they don't know anything. And so for you being 1 year in, or for us being 12 years in, like
You forget about
those
those.
people still, yeah, they still need to know something and they still don't know how to do it. And it's still a new start for them. And so even somebody who's like 2 weeks in, they have 2 more weeks of experience versus this person. And so like it's just putting yourself out there and kind of being that leader that you want to see. And I think we're just gonna have to do that right now because there aren't a lot of leaders who are doing content that have been around for years. And if they are, then it's not relevant. Like the
Mm-mm.
content that I'm making and I'm stuck in my head about like, oh, it needs to be this way is the old way to do it. And we need to come up with those new ways of selling. Like, I mean, a few years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago, like bundles weren't a thing. Like people
It
weren't
didn't
doing that. They
work.
were just
Yes.
selling, they were doing home parties and they were doing all these different things. And then all of a sudden bundles came along and now they're the best thing ever. And so our business is constantly changing. And I think that's truly why people are leaving at this point is they are saying like, oh, it's just not working anymore. Well, what's not working is that you're not working and what you're
Yeah.
doing isn't working because you haven't changed. You haven't
Yep.
changed in 12 years.
Yeah.
You haven't changed in 20 years. Like to
Think about
use
a
this,
relationship. Could it ever work if neither one of you ever changed? If you say the exact same that you were in the beginning of a relationship, nobody changed, nobody evolved, nobody adapted to anything, it would fail
right.
Yeah.
because the world is changing.
Yeah. The world's
Ever.
always changing and our customer bases are changing. Like Scentsy is doing an amazing job at their marketing and like just that thing that Tiffany showed us at the start, like the marketing guide, like knowing exactly what logos we can put on things, what colors, what
Yes.
specific fonts that we can use. Like we can create things that tie into all of those. We now know the colors that they use for Evolve and the colors that they use for Warm and all of the different categories. And so like we can use that, when we're creating different things for parties. And so I think it's going to be so, I think they're just making it so much easier on us. So that way we can go back to the simple things. We can go back to recruiting, we can go back to partying or however you want to sell. But I think overall it's going to make it just easier. And I'm excited for World Tour to for all of us to
Yes.
see that and see
Yes,
what that
very.
looks like because I think that's going to be a game changer of our business.
If you guys want, I can actually just screen share and you guys can listen to my 6 minute video if you want. We can end the recording or do it during, it doesn't matter. Or if you don't want to listen to it at all, I don't care.
I want
It's
to
just an
listen.
option.
I'd like to listen.
Yeah, I want to listen, but we should end the
Me too.
recording.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, seriously, guys.
All right. Thank you guys so much for spending another week with us. We appreciate you greatly and we hope to see more of your beautiful faces next Wednesday.
Mhm. Bree, were you on the call last night?